So we have the guest speaker is set for his address. Now let me just do a brief introduction of the guest speaker. Engineer David Kelvin attended Federal Government College, Kaduna from 1984 to 1990 and proceeded to Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University, ATBU Bauchi, where he graduated with a bachelor's degree in electrical and electronics engineering. He began his engineering career with FGCK Computer Engineer Limited, Kaduna, and shortly afterwards, he teamed up with a fellow old student, Olubanji Banwo, of the 1988 set, in partnership to set up and manage two engineering companies, Ekapomos Technologies Limited and Beula Electronics Computer Engineers Limited in the year 1999. Now, the company is specialized in installation of digital broadcast equipment across the country and the world. Now, Engineer David Kelvin was in Niger House, and he was the house captain, and he later became the first Form 1 house captain. He was also a long-distance runner, cross-country, and 5,000 meters. I believe it's no longer being done now. We used to do it then, cross-country and 5,000 meters. I still remember very well. And with the support of the principal and his classmates, he initiated what was known as the inter-house academic competition known as the College Brainstorm. He is also the pioneer interim secretary at the inauguration of the FGCK Kaduna Old Student Association, Kaduna, on 3rd December 1994. He has been ESCOs at various levels of the Old Student Association. He's happily married. He's a chartered engineer. Please let's welcome Engineer David Kelvin as he gives us the address. Engineer David Kelvin, please.
Please, I would like to stand on the already existing protocol for this occasion. I feel greatly honored for the privilege given to me as a guest speaker of this occasion by the management of this great alma mater. I say to all of you, thank you. Let me begin by congratulating all those who will be receiving one award or the other for their display of excellence in their academics or character today. My counsel is that you should not rest on your laurel. For those who have worked hard but failed short of the mark, I counsel you today that you should not be discouraged. Another opportunity will soon present itself. Let me appreciate the entire staff of this great institution, including our former teachers who are all retired now, for keeping the flag flying as you individually played your role in nurturing this young mind and contributing to the human capital development of these young men and women who will play a critical role in shaping the destiny of our great nation. God bless you all. I say to you again, well done. To the parents and guardians of this graduating set of 2024, I say a very big congratulations to you. I appreciate the sacrifices you made as critical stakeholders in this academic enterprise. I pray that these children will remain a source of joy to you all. I say amen. I am asked to speak on the topic Navigating Life's Journey, Lessons from my secondary school to university experience. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be talking more to the students Students, are you hearing me? I will be talking to the graduating students and the entire students in general, but most especially the graduating student. I want to tell you a short story of my life, what I was able to do in secondary school, how my life was. I'm going to tell you a bit of it and also use that to encourage you. As I address this garden this morning, a wave of nostalgia flows through me. As I travel back in time and see myself sitting in the crowd some 34 years ago during our speech and prize giving day. I want to tell you that 34 years ago, I was also in this hall for our speech and prize giving day. In fact, I was just telling my colleague, the chairman of this occasion, Mr. Sheyu Gambo, I said, at a point I became emotional because I cannot imagine that I was like you 34 years ago and God have kept me to this time. I thank God for that. My earnest prayer is that a few years from now, this set of graduating students will begin to take their rightful places in every sphere of our nation's life. In 1985, in this same assembly hall, the then Minister of Education, Professor Babatunde Fafunwa, is late now. He visited this great institution. On the assembly hall, on a day like this, he addressed us. And he left a very remarkable history in my life, which I can never forget, by telling us just a story. You know what he told us, students? He told us that we should all live together, but that the only way you can live together is by learning to live together. And he taught us that song. He said, we learn to live together by living together. Can you say it? We learn to live together by living together. Yes, that's the only way we can live together, is to learn how to live together by living together. That is why years ago in Kaduna, when people started moving from one place to the other, I said, oh, they don't have the understanding. And we don't understand that we can only learn to live together by living together. So today, I'm also going to leave you with something. And I want you to carry it there in your heart. That as you graduate today, and indeed even the ones that are still in school, you should always have this in mind. And that will be the summary of my story. And I say to you today, I say, do good, get good. Do bad, get bad. That is to say that for every action, there's a consequence. Those of you doing physics, according to Newton's third law of motion, say for every action, there's a reaction, isn't it? Yes. So anything you do in life, it has a consequence. You know, when you write exams, you don't even, before the exam, you don't know what is coming out. Isn't it? You don't know what is coming out. You don't know the question until when you write. But life is fair. That has already given us an expo. That whatever you sow, you reap. So I want you, as you live today and go into the larger world, always have it in mind that if I do good, I will get good. If I do bad, bad will follow me. My sojourn in this revered college was between 1984 and 1990. The experiences I gained in the years I spent in this great institution were very instructive, and they were instrumental in setting in motion the trajectory of my life. I did not go through the school. I did not only go through the school, I allowed the school to go through me. Those of you that are still in school today, I'm telling you that don't just go through the school. In fact, we were discussing about some old students that don't have the real passion for this school. And I was telling one of my colleagues, I said, oh, it is because they went through the school, but the school didn't go through them. That is why they are behaving like that. So as you are in school, make sure that the school goes through you. Not only that you go through the school. So every experiences that the school permits you to get, please learn it. It's going to be useful for you in future. I did not go through the school, like I said, but I allowed the school to go through me. Like the American publisher and writer William A. Feder said, experience seems to be the only one thing of value that is widely distributed. I am therefore certain that in the course of your sojourn in this citadel of knowledge, impression have been made on your person. I believe that. These experiences and those you will gain after living here should become a lamp that will guide your feet and the prism through which you view and judge the world around you. Three things in life, before I continue, that I experienced very early in life. I came to an understanding, and with this I'm talking to everybody in this hall, not only the student. And that has formed the basis of my life and success. I discovered that three things in life, if you find yourself having it, then it is not for you alone. You are probably a custodian. And that one is power. Once you are in power of authority, we are not just necessarily talking about the governors or our politicians. We are all in one form of power or the other. You might be a prefect in your house, you might be a senior. You have one form of power or the other that you command. So once you have power, just tell yourself that it's not for you alone. It is meant to be shared. You are meant to carry people along so that they will enjoy that thing that God has given you. It's very, very important. The second one is knowledge. Once you are knowledgeable about a thing, or once you have wisdom, just know that it's not for you alone. Some of you that are in school, and anytime they give you assignments, maybe the weak one will say, please teach me. You say, me, I have not done it, or I don't understand. I'm telling you that life or that attitude is not correct. As you go into the university, just know that if you find yourself, you are brilliant or you understand a particular subject or course, share it with people. Don't like to see people in pain. They are trying to struggle. There are people that cannot just read and understand, except one or two people teach them again. So share your knowledge with people. The third thing is money. Once you have money, it's not for you alone. And don't tell me you don't have money. No matter who you are, there is something that you have that somebody doesn't have. Even if you have 10 naira, there's somebody looking for 1 naira. So you are always better than one person. You are always better than another person. So share your money. If you have money, share it for people. It's not for you alone. You are just a custodian. So let me continue. From my early years, I have strived to see that those around me succeed. Academia became the first platform presented to me to extend a hand of fellowship, of selfless service to humanity. As a final year secondary student, while the school was smarting from the scars of the infamous 1989 student unrest, an idea came to me to leave the school after the quagmire it has found itself. I rallied down some of my mates, my classmates, because you cannot do it alone. I can see that even the principal, from his antecedent, I can see that he carries people along. So I met my classmates, and I told them, I said, no, we need to do something. That year, I don't know what happened, but almost all the federal government colleges in Nigeria had student unrest for that year. So when we came back, they just said we are coming back to write exams. So the academic standard, of course, suffered because of that unrest. So we now told ourselves, together with my message, what do we do? So but what we did is that we met with the principal of the school. He's late now, late Mr. E.I. Gadi. I informed him about the idea of organizing a weekly inter-house academic competition to restore the high standard of academic excellence of the college. Anytime you see a problem, identify it and see how you can contribute to solving that problem. And it is that problem, if you're able to solve it, that gives you value. That is what makes you to be known. Students were engaged in a weekly test of knowledge that included written exams, quiz competitions in all aspects of subject taught, and prizes were given to the 3 best students in each subject every Monday morning at the assembly. And the 3 best houses were given a cash award at the end of the college session. So what we did, in those days when we were in school, they normally give us books. We get books from the school free. But by 1988, that scheme stopped. They were no more giving us books. So when we started this competition, we were giving certificate of participation on the assembly as prizes. We write your first, second, third. So later the principal now called me and said, no, I think that we can do something better. He said, we have books in the stores that are not being used. Why can't we use those books as prizes? So, and I said, yeah, that's a good idea. So he joined me with the storekeeper then, Mr. Sonia. So every Friday, because we already have, it was a well-coordinated program. We already know what we are going to do for next week. We already know all the subjects that are going to be written exams. We know those that are going to be quiz. And then we started giving them books every Monday assembly. And everything that was written, that every competition that took place at the weekend, by Monday after assembly, the solutions to those written exams will be clearly placed on the assembly hall. So during break, you see people, you see students going to copy, you see them literally copying the solutions. I tell you, it was great. I also organized tutorials for junior schools. And one class that came to mind that benefited from this is the class of 1993. Class of 1993. They were in JS3 then. While I was preparing for my final exams, they were also preparing for their JS3 exam, what is known as Junior YA. You can see the picture I attached at the back. You see the picture in page 4. It was on October 1st, 1990. We were trying to do our final revision before they write their WAEC in this lecture theater that is just at the back here. I don't know how the lecture theater is now. Some of my classmates were worried because they felt that I was doing this to the detriment of my own studies. But I had an understanding early in life that the secret of increasing your own capacity is by helping others to succeed. Please, I want you students to take note of that. What did I say? I said the secret of increasing your own capacity. If you want to have capacity in life, the basic secret, see that other people succeed. Then your capacity will be increased. These competitions and tutorials, to a great extent, improve the academic performance of the school. I hope you remember where we are coming from, where we said we just came back from riot, from crisis, and then we had to do something. I was made the Niger House captain and later nominated to take care of for one student when the dormitory arrangement was changed from staying house by house to staying class by class. The aim of this arrangement, according to the school's wisdom, is to reduce bullying of junior students. When I was in charge of Form 1, I took care of these Form 1 students as if they were my junior brothers. Seniors here, whether you're in Form 2, you're a senior to Form 1, take care of your junior ones because they might be the people that are going to help you in future. Take care of them. Don't despise anybody. Respect your seniors, respect your teachers. You don't know who is going to help you. As I go through my story, you will see how teachers and my juniors and my seniors were able to help me to arrive at where I am today. I took them like my junior brothers. I was checking their academic performance and I was protecting them from seniors, which was actually my mandate. I often check their books and help them in assignments. That's the reality. I'm saying it as if it's a story, but some of them are here now and they can testify to that. I was helping them with assignments as if I was their father. I am happy to inform you that this student graduated in 1995, 29 years ago, and are doing well in their various fields of endeavor. Some of them are here today. Please kindly permit me at this juncture to use this medium to express my sincere appreciation to all my classmates for their support. You can't do things alone. You always need people. You must collaborate. You must carry people along if you want to succeed. The secret of the success of that program was because my classmates, they agreed to help me. Some of them volunteered as quiz masters, some as timekeepers, some as examination script writers, some are test and question moderators, etc. I can tell you today that some of them, in fact, the major timekeeper then, the major quiz master then, one Mr. Michael Ezekiel Fabi, he was the best graduating student in University of Lagos, chemical engineering. He was the student union president when he was in the university. He is now a major notable personality in America. He was a quiz master. In 1990, he had the second best result in the federation. I remember when he told me, I went to sleep with him in Hamdallah then during WAEC conference because they gave him a place to stay for the next day's award. I went and slept with him. So these are the kind of people that we're talking about. I will remain eternally grateful to you. I'm talking about my mate now. Because during this period, you consider no sacrifice too great, no injury too grievous, and no personal comfort too important. May the Almighty God bless you. And on behalf of my mate, the national president is here. I want him to relay this appreciation since he's here as a witness to the fact that I appreciated them. The national president is here. He was my mate. He was one of the people that actually supported in this noble venture. No wonder today is the national president of this association. You know where he started. He started from school. These sacrifices did not go unnoticed. As a school management, in recognition of my performance as house captain and for one caretaker, rewarded me with an outstanding prefect award of the year 1990. That's why I told you 34 years ago, I was here, like you people. What did you see there? There was an award, there was a reward, which goes to remind you of what I said at the beginning. Do good, get good. On completion of my secondary education, my main desire was to pursue a career in the military. But this dream could not come true because of Nigerian factor. But I was not discouraged. Don't be discouraged in life. When you desire something and you don't get it, don't be discouraged. Forget about what factor it is. Don't be discouraged. It is possible that is not what God wants you to be. And that He brought that obstacle so that you will not be able to do what He didn't want you to do. And He will take you straight to what you are going to become by destiny. So don't be discouraged. I later got admission into Betail University to study electrical and electronics engineering. Burning with the same passion as I did in secondary school, I organized tutorials classes for our academically weak classmates. Although the act did not go down well with some of the lecturers who never wanted their courses to appear very easy for students. You know, in every sector there are people that are not good and there are good people. So that was actually what happened. But you see, the implication is that I didn't know that even their resistance to what I'm doing is going to be an advantage to me in future. On third, so please, what I want to say here is that students, please obey your teachers. On 3rd December 1994, while I was still in the university, Federal Government College Kaduna Old Student was inaugurated. And in the inaugural meeting, I was elected the first interim general secretary of the association. Let me tell you here, ladies and gentlemen, that my success at that election was because of the overwhelming support given to me by junior students, by junior old students, by junior ones that were in attendance in that meeting. So you see what I'm telling you? What did you notice here? Because I was able to do good to my juniors. Here is a payback time. When it was time for me for election, I contested. I was the youngest ESCO then. But because I had a platform, because most of the junior students that attended that meeting, there are people that know me already. So they voted for me. And that's why it has gone into the history of Federal Government College Kaduna. That was the first interim secretary when the association was formed in Kaduna. So help your juniors. They are going to help you later. That's my message for you. I later held several positions in the FGCK Student Association and later rose to position of Global Vice President, what we refer to then as National Vice President of the association in 2019. Also at my university, I did several groundwork to establish the Federal Government College Kaduna Old Student Association. We call it FGCK then, which is a union of all ex-students who attended the Federal Government colleges across the country, including King's College and Queen's College. The union eventually metamorphosed into what is today known as Unity Student Old Student Association, USOSA. On 20th of July 2023, the national body of USOSA gave me a national award for my contribution to education during the USOSA National Education Summit in Abuja with the theme Transforming Secondary Education for the 21st Century. What did you notice again? You do good, good will follow you. Because of the labor I did to establish Unity School Old Students in FGCK in the university, I didn't know it was going to follow me. Now I've become a recipient of a national award for my contribution to education. Do good, you get good. On my completion of my National Youth Service Corps, I returned to Kaduna as a young engineer with a vision and determination to make a mark in the tech industry. I pitched my tent with Hezbollah Computer Engineers Limited, with the very reason being that the MD, Engineer Clement Obomige, was an ex-student of this school. He graduated in 1984. But you know what is interesting here? He graduated when I was coming to Form 1, so I don't even know him. But immediately I graduated and I was looking for a job. I saw one of my teachers, Mrs. Okomo. I saw Mrs. Okomo, and then I met her. She said, "Where am I working?" I said, "I'm still looking for work." So she said, "No problem. I have somebody that I'm going to direct you to." She sent me to his house, Engineer Clement Obomi, that he has a company. She sent me to his house because she was his guardian. Mrs. Okomo didn't teach me any subject in this school, but because I respected my teachers from all divide. Student, don't say it is the people that are teaching you alone that you respect or you fear. Respect all teachers, whether they are not teaching, whether they are teaching you or not. Why? They might be the one that will make you to get a job later. Mr. Okomo sent me to this Clement Obomige and he granted me a job. I believe you are learning something, students. Are you learning something? And that's how I got a job with him as a computer engineer. As I mentioned in the beginning of this speech, that the trajectory of my life has been greatly influenced by the experience I gathered from FGCK Kaduna. One of the experiences is the enduring relationship I established with my seniors and juniors. I've said it before. For example, my business partner now, Mr. Olabanji Banwo, was my senior by 2 years because he finished 1988. He's a reliable friend, and in 1999 we joined forces together to establish 2 companies. I think the MC said it. And we are specialized in installation of radio and TV equipment. And we have done for more than 150 stations in Nigeria. A few years ago, together with him again, we established an innovation hub here in Kaduna, which specializes in robotics, artificial intelligence, machine learning and data science, cloud computing, renewable energy, with the sole aim of training our young people's skills. You know, the principal talked about skill. Please go and get skill. That is what is going to save you in this generation. Because these are global skills. In support of this speech and prize giving day ceremony, we are offering a 12-week training scholarship worth 475,000 for the 3 best students to study in our robotics center in Kaduna. We are currently in the process of setting up a university and an FM station. We have already gotten the license. We are in the process of starting. Some of you here one day, you will attend our university. And of course, you know, I'm going to do Ojoro when you are from Federal Government College Kaduna. Do you like that? I also serve as a member of the advisory board of this college in 2008. I remember then Dr. Yahya Hamza was our chairman. Dr. Yahya Hamza was somebody that my admission letter in Form 1 was carrying his name because he was the permanent secretary in 1984. But can you imagine that today myself and Dr. Yahya Hamza were sitting on the same table because he was the chairman of the advisory board and we were discussing matter. And I remember one day he told me, he said, engineer, in 1946 when I was in Bariwa, I just touched my head. I said, okay, this one don't pass my power. You understand what I'm saying? But what am I trying to tell you here? I'm trying to tell you that if you wash your hand well, you are going to eat with elders, isn't it? If you wash your hand well, I think there's a proverb in Hausa that says so. If you wash your hand well, you can sit down with elders and eat. You can imagine somebody that my admission letter carries his name, and today I found myself sitting with him discussing issues about disciplining the measures of the college. How can you imagine that? So take your time, do your things well, pursue your goal. Another enduring relationship that was the product of my eventful sojourn in FGC is tying of the knot when I got married to my actor, former Miss Omolara Odusani, who was an ex-student of this school. She was a Daniel Prophet and she was a member of 1991 set. So you can see. But one thing I need to tell you, and one thing that you must have noticed, student, I'm talking to you. You know, when it was time for me to marry, not only that I married from this school, that's not even the main thing. But the most important thing is that what? I married a woman. Did you notice that I married a woman? I'm telling you this because we're in a generation where they will tell you that you don't need to marry a woman, you can marry a man. Don't agree. It is ungodly, it is devilish. It's against our religion, it's against our culture, it's against humanity. Don't agree. When it is time for you to marry as a man, marry a woman. When it's time for you to marry as a girl, marry a man. Don't marry a woman. My wife, because of the love that she has for this school, because she was an old student, even with her master's degree in civil engineering, she took an appointment as a PTA teacher to teach physics in this school for so many years. Some of the teachers here knows her, Mrs. Kevin. Some of the teachers here, they know her. Before she left the Air Force Institute of Technology, Kaduna, as a lecturer in civil engineering department. Ladies and gentlemen, today she is instituting an annual award in physics to be known as Engineer Dr. Mrs. Omolara Kevin's Award for the best graduating student in physics, Federal Government College, Kaduna, and it's going to be a yearly award. So please, let me conclude, students. I want to conclude my speech, and I want to leave you with just these few things so that you always carry in your heart as you go, as you graduate. Offer selfless service to humanity. You cannot give to others and reduce. It's not possible. You can't give to others and reduce. Rather, you will increase. You know why? Because according to James Barry, he said those who bring sunshine to the life of other people cannot take it away from themselves. There's no way you can make people shine and then you keep that shining, that radiation from you. It's not possible. You will also shine. Have vision and pursue it. The word of God says people perish because of lack of knowledge and lack of wisdom. Number 3, work hard and be determined to succeed. Determination is the key that unlocks the strongest door that stands as a barrier between you and your goal. It's determination. It was Tim Nock that says, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. Do you hear that? Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. So don't be lazy. So no matter how talented or skillful you are, if you are lazy, failure is just 1 inch away from your doorstep. Also remember that the only place where success comes before work is in the dictionary. It's the only place where you see success. Where success can come before work is in the dictionary. You know why? Because S comes before W. That is why. But in reality, you must work before you are successful. Number 4. Let perseverance be your watchword. Persevere. Any stage you are passing through, persevere. Be patient. Because the result is about to come. You know why? Because winners never quit and quitters never win. Number 5. For those of you who feel you have failed, maybe because of one reason or the other. Let me tell you and let me encourage you. Great success is built on failure, frustration, and even catastrophe, according to some Arresto. I did not fail 1,000 times. I only learned 1,000 times how to do it differently, according to Thomas Edison, the one that invented light bulb. Number 3, failure provides the opportunity to begin again more intelligently. So when you fail anything, those of you that have failed, just know there's an opportunity for you to do it again, but this time around more intelligently. May I encourage you today that you should never give up in life. Finally, my distinguished graduates, as you leave this ceremony ground this afternoon, you are entering another phase of life. There are challenges, no doubt, there are challenges out there, but I have no doubt in my heart that the school have adequately prepared you to face and overcome these challenges. Go out there and conquer, and be good ambassador of Federal Government College Kaduna. Long life Federal Republic of Nigeria. Long life Kaduna State. Long life Federal Government College Kaduna. Thank you all for listening.
Please, a round of applause for our guest speaker. You know, talking about the quiz, he said, I remember very well, I participated in that quiz, 1990. And a student just asked me to go into Dodam Barracks. That was where SS3 were staying. And there a senior accosted me and said I must wash clothes. So I just left. So he caught me again, and I was to represent my house, Nile House. And I told him, sir, I'm to represent Nile House. He said, no, you are not going to represent anything. I must wash this clothes. I must wash toilets. Somehow, they bailed me, and I came to that edition. My house came second, and I was able to answer 5 questions. I was sharing with the global president. I answered 5 questions, and I was given a prize, Oliver Twist. Oliver Twist. That book, I can't forget it in a hurry. Please, a round of applause for Engineer David Kelvin. Indeed, that quiz competition was very helpful.